Hi, this is Shubham Tiwari, and I welcome you to Education Plus, a show brought to you by Wonderpublish magazine, where we try to bring in the institutional perspective to the discourse around education and, more importantly, education technology. Our today's guest is a passionate leader, author, mentor, and a CBSE master trainer. Please welcome the principal of Maharaja Agarsain International School, Dr. Shelly Bhutani. Welcome to Wonderpublish magazine.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Shubham. Thanks a lot. My pleasure. Gratitude to you. Good afternoon, Shubham. First of all, I was really thankful to you that you have given me wonderful opportunity, and I'm really so much excited for today's interview to sharing my thoughts with you. So I'm really thankful to you.
So we're glad to have you, ma'am. And so to give a brief background, you have over 23 years of experience in education in various roles, as I just mentioned in the introduction. What's the force behind you that keeps on going you for all these decades? You're in the third decade of your career now. So what keeps you going, and what makes you diversify as you grow in your career?
Yeah, very well question, Shubham. Since actually childhood, I have been very ambitious. I belong to Delhi. My family equal treat me and made me believe that I'm no less than any man. All this gave birth to ambitions of a girl. Since then, I have convinced myself to believe that Shelly, you can do anything. Everything is possible in this world. And above all, God has given me lot of capabilities and I can change the world for good. So I promise myself that I won't let my capabilities and ambitions die from the want of routine and secured life. So this, I was not interested in teaching line actually. I was, interested for the fashion designer.
Okay.
But my destiny, it was totally gone in another way, as God has given me a lot of things before this teaching line. I promised myself that I will definitely try working for different establishment. And I personally believe that in this world, everything is possible, respect of gender, if one is ready to take charge, right?
Yeah.
So my parents, my sister inspired me to stand up for education and for what I believed in, even if it makes me stand out in front of you, I am today. So I had the courage of conviction to believe, and I can make a difference and create a sustainable impact in so many multi ways. Myself, actually, my self confidence and good relationship with everyone. Actually, it was my driving force of my own journey. So Shubham, you know that here I have a very wonderful, beautiful story. See, if something breaks at my home now, that is one of the person to fix it up, right?
Yeah.
So this was applied to me the other way when washing machine dryer starting making a clack clack noise, right? So I took it apart to see what was going on, and I made a few adjustment to that. Actually, I made a few adjustment to the drum and then put it back together. But lo and behold, when my mother tried to dry some clothes, the drum would not turn up. I know immediately that what was the problem was. I immediately came to know this. But when I was putting the dryer back together, believe it, I noticed that the belt was flat on one side and grooved on the other. So initial Shubham, I took a guess at which side to put down against the drum. And I chose the flat side thinking that would provide more traction actually. So when I opened the dryer up for the second time, I realized the grooves running the length of the belt allowed the belt to compress slightly and feel struggling into the pulling. So it was not traction on the large drum that was needed actually. The most element of the dryer was a traction on the tiny motor pulling. So it is the autonomy of the dryer. The belt itself does not do the drying. So the belt is a part of the system and that helps the clothes drying eventually by allowing the drum to turn out the clothes, right? To tumble in the hot water actually. So without functioning that small belt, it would be very easier to dry the clothes on the clothes line or outdoors, because only the top of the clothes in the dryer would be exposed to the hot dryer. So this is exactly what happens in leaders' education journey, or you can say in classrooms, with maladjusted belts. only
Yep.
the student at the top always get benefited of the teaching, right, Shubham?
Yep.
While those on the bottom are never exposed to the hitting of learning like teachers. So to continue this analogy, I learned with this small example or with this small story that my thinking was faulty in assuming that the drum needed more traction in order for it to rotate. So the
Yeah.
key to making the dryer function was thinking sure that this pulley is the teacher. This pulley actually is a teacher.
Yeah.
So my drawing force, of course, my mentor, guidance, my institution parents, students, and staff, my
Yeah.
own self-confidence, all in mix. In fact, my own parents, my lovable system, these are my actually driving force. Because remember, the problem with the dryer was
Yeah.
my thinking actually. And our point of view, you can say, and I had the same problem as a teacher too. So by experience, I have learned, I have discovered that it is a mistake to focus all my attention on controlling the students, but when in fact a real learning to take
Right.
place, when I really need is for the students to tumble around a bit in their own learning environment, causing a little chaos and
Yeah.
noise. I think I'm very clear with the small story of this drum, that how teacher, how educators, they have their own driving force in the spirit of, in the form of students too. So this is my own driving force in my education journey.
That's a wonderful analogy, man.
So today I
So-
thought that I will definitely share this, my story with Shubham
No,
in
no, that's
reality
wonderful.
actually.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you are also, a mentor for some of the biggest schools in Delhi. So can I ask you what's, the exact role of a mentor like you?
Yeah, yeah. Well, Shubham, it was a really proud moment when I got letter from CBSE mentoring the schools under my leadership. You
Wonderful.
won't believe that how I completed my one goal of my own leadership journey. Because when your goals are starting taking their own shapes, then your responsibilities also increase on your shoulders, right?
Right.
So there is no single formula for good mentoring. Mentoring is very important part of what we engage in as educators. Whether we serve as a mentor to colleague or a student, or perhaps we, seek out a mentor to help us with challenges, or
Yeah.
simply to have a system of support in our own personal and professional lives.
Correct.
So, having taught for the last 23 years, I have had a lot of experience. Some good, obviously some bad, and some in between, right? So there were people who impacted my life, not
Yeah.
because they were assigned as my mentor, but because they just took the time to listen, care, support me, to keep pushing through. Because their impact on my life, I really learned the importance of relationship with them, of being available to listen and to support, but also to give pushback and critical feedback whenever they needed. Because every mentor and mentee relationship helps to achieve a variety of outcomes, right?
Yeah.
So some of the common goals I adopted, of course, I adopted that sometimes understanding of confidential,
Yeah.
and sometimes I do agreement for the honesty for the school welfare of the society, and I have took experience of listening, learning, commitment to a working partnership with the parents, and opportunity to lead by example. So I become their go-to person for advice. I entitle the benefits of mentorship in the form of individualized goal settings, right? Relationship built on trust.
Yeah.
I serve as a thought partner for the
Thought
students
partner. Okay.
in their in their academy journey, and help them to empower autonomous learners and agents of their own change, of their
Yeah.
own career, because they are the hope, they are the actual victory of our own world.
Correct.
Students are actually hope. So they express understanding of students' aspiration and fears and support their success by acting as an advocate
Yeah.
for student best interest. So developing self-awareness and fostering passion, it was all essential component to one mentoring session. So my mentoring was benefited for not the students, it also benefited for teachers too.
Okay.
Because this is a dream of every teacher,
Right.
that to be able to reach every single part of eyes that are looking them the best education possible, right? So what I have done, I have given a lot of training session to my teachers. I've helped them to encourage their own career success. Even I helped them so many things in their own life. They honestly speaking, ma'am, this I have a problem and I am not able to come to the school today. So opening doors to the possibilities, to my own staff, to my own teachers. This through mentorship, educators have a unique opportunity to help open doors to future, because academic and career possibilities and cultivate students, it always come when you open your doors for the possibility. So a significant part of my mentorship is helping students and teachers to develop habits of success, dispositions, their mindset and behavior, because they need to make a successful transition from their own high school to college and careers. So it is not only challenge them, but it challenge me also, right?
Absolutely.
I have grown more as a person in these mentorship years as a personalized learning teacher. So this was my mentorship, and I really learned a lot in my mentorship. I was not mentor actually. I was learner to relearn again in my life. This was
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So you're clearly challenging yourself a lot because you are playing so many roles. As I said in the introduction, from being, a leader, author, you have written a academic book, right? I mean, on a subject.
Yeah, I have written 7 to 10 computer books.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, from
Wonderful.
2012, because when I completed my doctorate, so I have to be given the research
Wonderful.
work.
Wonderful.
And moreover, I'm often write my articles and blogs on
Wonderful.
humanistic education and values.
Great. So, I mean, you're also mentoring schools. You also take care of your own school. So, what's the role out of all these? You enjoy the most. And if I ask another question related to it, which one, is the most challenging?
Well, I enjoyed actually every moment of my life, Shubham. It's very difficult to mention here that which role I enjoy the most, because I'm very positive. I'm a very positive person. Believe in my own vision and mission. I never say no to anyone. Never believe it.
But that's not a good thing, right? I mean, saying no should be there, right?
Yeah. And according to leadership, you cannot say no to anyone actually. So this was my mantra, not to say no to anyone. Always say this, I cannot say that this I can't do. I always love to say, yes, I can do it. In fact, it's possible for me, not possible for you, no matter whether you know this, how to do it, right? But I always say, yes, I can do it. So every part of my, as an educational leadership, mentor, advisor, or like a motivational speaker, because you have given me so many, degrees to me. So I really enjoyed, because my weakness is my own perfection. I don't feel happy until you see everything you do. So whatever I want to do, I have to carry myself with me. While nobody told me, madam, you do this, you do that. But I myself used to think that if I do not ask for time in school, what will my children think? If I do not go in time in school, it is always Shubham inside me in my life. But yes, everything was not so easy. So that where we need to start with an internal leadership challenge, we are likely to be faced. Always very good point I mentioned here, staying humble.
Staying humble.
Very important. Very important. And having self-confidence. Overcoming your fear, obstacle, and following throughout your life if you are educated. Dealing with stress, anxiety, if you are in fear, if you are in stress, if you are anxiety, you cannot show your face in fear actually.
Correct.
Keeping always yourself motivates, avoiding burnout, being vulnerable, these all challenge I really seen in this my journey, because being clear about what you want to achieve, responding to different agendas always 24/7, handling resistance, keeping people engaged, of course handling sometimes negativity of the parents too, impatience, and remaining positive personally and always smiling and sitting on the seat. So good challenge was leading a team actually, and the challenge of team building, team development, and team management I took as a not challenge, because this is my inhabit actually. Because all these small things, Shubham, I must say here proudly that I dealt all these challenges very nicely. As honestly speaking, I never feel that these are my challenges.
Right.
In fact, I personally took initiative to
Mhm.
solve each and every small problem because I took all it very seriously. Take the pain out of the meetings. We have all experienced meetings which have been waste of time and effort. We have delegated the actually all the parts to the teacher, to the students. So as it's big saying, I quote here, wonderful, quotation. There is no challenge more challenging than the challenge or challenge to improve yourself. Because if you challenge yourself
Yeah.
that this you can do it,
Right.
so all challenge accepted in the journey of educators. I must say this: all challenge accepted, all challenge, whatever it is, all challenge accepted in all the
You're,
forms.
you're clearly enjoying your challenges, whatever is coming.
I'm
So
clearing my every part of my life.
that's wonderful. So you mentioned this, and I quote you, that realigning curriculum to the common core and modifying instruction to best prepare students for the keystone exams. Right? It's one of your strengths. So can you elaborate on that? I mean, what do you mean by common core and these? How do you prepare students best?
Yeah, actually, Shubham, change is good. I must say, change is good. But
But difficult.
change can also be hard.
Yes.
Yes, but change can also be hard.
Yeah.
It can be difficult to adjust to new demands
Yeah.
and create new habits that support that change, right?
Correct.
So
Correct.
depending on our state or world, scenario, we may be working to change much of our own curriculum to align with the common core state standards. That is actually CCSS. So to help everyone in the end year, over 200 teachers, you won't believe, in a recent back to school survey,
Yeah.
which has helped them to align this curriculum to
Right.
the CCS. So many teachers and many co-educators admitted that it is an overwhelming work in progress. It's change, but it is also work in progress. So it simply means that the learning goals in the technology
Yeah.
reflect the goals in the standards too. Because
Correct.
what is curriculum alignment? It is a process basically.
Yeah.
It's a process in which educators across all the levels formally evaluate one course, right?
Yeah.
So, or an educational program to address their changing needs. So, once you start collaborating with everything with the teachers,
Yeah.
aligning curriculum to the common core, basically they have found teamwork, which is super helpful. Collaboration with other teachers too has been the most helpful thing. Second, I recommend, I must say here, utilize online resources. Everywhere we are using nowadays online
Yeah.
outside resources. There are a lot of sample lessons on the internet blogs, tutor and Pinterest. So all this common core, they have really helpful things already designed. So teachers also take the benefit of all this pre-aligned curriculum because
Yeah.
our curriculum has actually been adopted for us, right? Which has made it very easy to align with the state standards too. So knowing the standards for your own grade level, teacher always seeking out correlation, whatever the materials provided by the publishers or the materials provided by their own school, use their
Absolutely.
own
Yeah.
school. So they always align. So read current articles, focus on foundation skills.
Yeah.
I feel that use your own creativity, work backwards. So
Yeah.
it's all attendance service trainings, review the standards frequently, take it one step at a time because the keystone exams are basically end of course, right?
Okay.
It's an assessment.
Right.
Yeah, it's an assessment basically designed to evaluate to the student's career path, their
Correct.
own ability,
Yeah.
proficiency in the academic content because there we have to maintain their holistic report card too. So beginning with the class student, they must
Yeah.
demonstrate proficiency on the like algebra, literature, biology, all these
Right.
keystone exams to graduate. So students will be offered multiple
Correct.
opportunities nowadays to take the keystones throughout their high school career. So tutorials, online training programs
Yeah.
have been developed for the keystone exams, and there is a basic very good tool if you know about it, OTT. That is online tools training.
Okay.
It provides an introductory experience
Right.
using the PA online assessment, software allowing students to observe and
Okay.
try out feature of their online assessment. And
Right.
within this OTT, that is online tools training, I repeat here, students also have the opportunity to practice typing responses in a narrative format, in a graphing functions,
Yeah.
and entering equations using their own equation builder tool. So
Yeah.
these online exams and this is curriculum aligned, a very, very helpful feature that is available to the students during the exams too nowadays. I must say this, yeah.
It's wonderful, wonderful, man. So you've been heading Maharaja Agarsain Public School for the past 15 years now. So,
Yeah, long time.
and please don't be modest when I ask this. In what ways you have impacted the school?
Well, it's a great part of my life in the school.
Okay.
And we all have our views on what would make our workplace
Sure.
or institution a better place, right? So there are many ways, ranging from knowledgeable and highly motivated teachers
Yeah.
who understand their methodology of their subject, state of the art equipment, and but it's no doubt that making the school environment a better place for learners is a
Right.
shared responsibility. It's perfectly
wonderful.
shared responsibility between different players such
Yeah.
as teachers,
Yeah.
parents, and
Yeah.
learners. These are the players of our workplace actually. So actually striving to improve shortcomings within your own school environment will create a pleasant atmosphere
Correct.
that stems from happier students, which will in turn increase the productivity in students'
Right.
life and eventually have their own
Yeah.
positive influence on the grades. So
Yeah.
be inspired by own few steps that will help me to play my own part in creating a positive and friendly environment for everyone in the school. Number one, I just stop. Say no to bullying. Bullying has become a very serious matter among us.
It's wonderful.
People
Yeah.
around the world. Yeah. So the effect on a person who has fallen victim to bullying can be several, ranging from anger, issue, depression,
Correct. Correct.
stress, and their own tendencies, right? Their own childhood tendencies.
Many
When you are
traumas.
witness
Correct.
to another student,
Yeah.
yes, exactly. When you are witness to another student being bullied, you must speak up and make your teacher aware of the situation. It's not easy thing actually to do, as you might
To
feel
stand
that
up.
you will be next. Yes,
Yeah.
that you can next in line to receive punishment. But always remember that you can report such a situation anonymously, and
Yeah.
your teacher will respect your wishes. We
Correct.
always show up respect to remain, true, to remain with the truth, whether it's how much better, no matters what, but remain with the truth. So be positive, friendly towards others. I
Yeah.
maintain this environment in my school.
Mm.
Be your brother's keeper, right? Because
That's
if
true.
you notice a fellow student who may be struggling one way or the other, for instance, struggling in the school environment
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
particular subject, right? Approach them and offer they need their help and support. If every student in the school took on the mindset that it will be spread a sense of belonging among your peers.
Correct.
So if you are unable to reach out them despite your own best efforts, so there is still no change in their behavior. But try to speak to one of the teachers and alert them to this in case there is more to be a situation. So take care of your school property too.
Yeah.
Right? This is very, very important. We all benefit from a clean and presentable school environment and would like to feel proud of their school. So I just took this challenge to create environment in that way.
Yeah.
And even participated in the school activities.
Yeah.
Become volunteer to take part in various school activities such as drama,
Yeah.
sports is very, very important for the student. It helps to keep the team spirit alive in our own school.
Yeah.
Because as you volunteer for such activities, encourage other students to join. So as well as spreading the idea of volunteerism in the world too. So recognize that no one is beneath. Not only must you show respect to your peers and teachers,
Right.
you must acknowledge and respect the other workers in the school, like guardman, cleaner,
Absolutely.
and tea ladies, as everyone connected to the school work. So together we make education possible. So always offer a lending hand and never brush off an opportunity to learn or think that certain school activities are only meant for less privileged students.
Correct.
Because their hunger to learn will be contagious always. So I just, in conclusion, I always remember that improving the school environment, it often means actually improving the atmosphere between students, teachers, believe it parents too, and school administrators too, for myself.
Right.
Change does not happen overnight, but if you actively engage in some of these tips, which I mentioned just before in front of you,
Yep.
you will please convince fellow students to take on the mindset. Situation will be improved, definitely will improve, because we are a part of the team. We need to play our part in the team if we are in a field, if we are
Right.
inside in the field.
Absolutely.
We have to take part.
Absolutely.
We have to play. You cannot say that we can't play. We have to play.
Those are some of, really good initiatives on your part, bullying especially. So another very important topic is of assessment. And as we have gone through this, sort of prolonged pandemic, there must have been different ways, adapted by the teachers and all. So in I again quote you, you say that you have utilized standard alignment systems, measures of academic progress and value added assessment to improve the effectiveness of instruction. So were you able to do all of that in the pandemic as well? And what do you mean by that?
Actually, teachers who develop useful assessment provide
Okay.
corrective instructions and give students second chances to demonstrate success, can improve their instruction and help students learn. Plus, the assessment best suited to guide improvement in students' learning.
Right.
Basically, quizzes, writing assessment, and other assessment tools that teacher administrate on a regular basis in their classrooms. So, teachers trust the result from these assessments because of their direct relationship to the classroom with each and every child through the instructions goals. Plus,
Correct.
results are immediate and easy to analyze at the individual student level. To use classroom assessment to make improvement. However, teacher must change both their views of assessment and their interpretation of result. Specifically, they need to sometimes see the assessment as an integral part, right, of the instruction process and as a circular and a crucial for helping students learn. So, despite the importance of assessment
Yeah.
in education today,
Yeah.
few teachers receive much formal training in assessment design or analysis, because a recent I just tell you recent survey showed, for example,
Please,
that
yeah.
fewer than half the states require competence in assessment for the teachers. Lacking specific training,
Yeah.
teachers rely heavily on the assessment offered by their own textbook or their instruction material, and when not suitable assessment are available, so
Correct.
teachers construct their own haphazard fashion with question and easy essay prompts similar to the one that their teacher used. So they treat basically assessment as an evaluation device to the administrator when instructional activities are compiled completely and to use primarily for the assignment student grades. Because everybody knows this in Corona-19 pandemic. See, we have brought a lot of change, right? We have totally on virtual classrooms. We have lost our mutual classrooms to converted to virtual classrooms. Even some of the Hindi teachers, art teachers, music teachers, believe it, they were not well versed about what is online classes, what is this Zoom Meet, what is this Google. But I really salute them that they have actually shown they're actually victory and they're actually part of their teacher in this Corona, because this value added assessment to improve effectiveness of instruction is only and only done by the teachers when they measure their own academic process. So the power of value-driven approach to crisis management clearly resonate with our teachers. This approach resulted in actionable response to the COVID-19 pandemic that were founded on the values of relationship, connectivity, collective wisdom, even collaboration, empathy, adaptive risk-taking. So in this COVID-19, in fact, our leaders vision more precise and wise actually. So I must say that I actually gratitude to Corona.
Okay.
I never take this as a negative. Corona, I never took as a negative. I always thankful to Corona, gratitude to Corona, because this Corona has actually brought us together throughout the world. If I have to go to the UAE or to connect to the UK person, today it's very easy to connect. I can
Yeah.
just simply make a one click
Like
and I
this.
will connect
Yeah.
all. Yes, like this. So I think we are finding is we are learning something very new every day, and that is okay. Just
Yeah.
like we tell our students that we are looking for growth over time. So it's not easy just about the end product. It's growth over time for us. And we are trying every day new things. Daily I get emails from the teacher or a phone calls. Hey,
Right.
I found this. I'm going to try it with my students.
Yeah.
The answer is always yes, please. Go ahead. Try something new. Take risk, which are another thing that we are asking our kids to do it. So this is we are asking the staff to do it. So I really gratitude to Corona in this 2019. I never forget this time of my history in my life as educator. Never forget.
But that's a good way of looking at these things, because there is so much, that we're seeing around you. But coming back to your core strengths, you're a CBSE master trainer. So, and you have, I'm sure, conducted many trainings. Please tell us how many. And also tell us, what makes an exceptional educator stand, among average ones. Because there are basic levels. I'm sure at a basic level, there are many educators, but who's an exceptional one?
See, well, the one who influenced me the most exceptional, the one who had maximum impact, the
Okay.
one who brought out the best in me and made me think that I could
Yeah.
do anything. As I set our mind to, made me feel special. So I do remember them, right? Everybody do that. Most people do that. People often acknowledge their teachers at the graduation time ceremonies and when they get into the
Correct.
profession of their own dreams. So they speak of them fondly when they have their own kids, especially when they have start school. So they reclash control to see that. Very beautiful quotation I quote here. A good teacher is one
Yeah.
who makes himself herself progressively unnecessary, I unquote. So the teacher who takes on the role of facilitator rather than authority is in as absolutely joy to learn from. They
Can you just
understand
repeat?
that
Can you
their
just repeat the definition again? Because I guess there was some disturbance.
I quote here, a good teacher is one
Yeah.
who makes himself herself progressively unnecessary. He's the teacher who takes on the role of facilitator rather than authority.
Right.
Because it's an absolutely joy to learn from. They understand their job is not to be the keeper of knowledge, but a vessel to pass it on.
Correct.
They are not here to dictate, right? But
Yeah.
to encourage. They are the best of them all, right? So these all small things and produce fantastic teachers, although the formal know-how of theory and how they help to the students. I took this master trainer as a challenge because I'm a regional national trainer of Khelo India basically.
Okay.
I joined this training in 2017
Right.
in Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium, and I took so many trainings and of wonders of PET teachers and
Right.
all the vice principals. I took this with great enthusiasm.
Okay.
But you know what? This is not a part of my job description. But I took challenge that
Yeah.
being a principal, being an educator,
Yeah.
I will learn this master training. I was not good at sports actually. That do I come first in race and all? I said I was always in first to three actually. Sure. But I took this challenge. Ki no, I will go. I spent 1 week
Yeah.
in Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium for this training
Right.
from morning 9 to evening 6. So we don't know actually everything. Sometimes leaders like me or teachers don't come up to the classroom with the mindset of being the experts. That there is nothing left for them to learn, right? So
Yes,
every
absolutely.
day is, yeah, every day there is some new technology advancement or a latest technique I have learned in this master training also. Because I believe a great teacher has incredible knowledge and
Correct.
enthusiasm for the subject matter they are teaching. Not only do they have thorough knowledge of the curriculum and other standards, but they must uphold in their students' classroom career, in the teachers' classrooms career. They strive to exceed them not only for the teacher in every small aspect of their own life. So I took this master training only just to believe that I can took that part in sports too. So as a
Correct.
age of as a age of this principal, I ran, I did so many activities in the evening. So I took every part of my life as a master trainer. It was awesome period of my life.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
You
I
really
must.
ran on a track.
Yes, exactly. I really ran actually. Did all the activities, and believe it, I was a really master trainer. My mentor said to me that Shelly, you have to complete this activity within 25 seconds. So you won't believe it. I just it was tapping wala activity. So
Okay.
I just do within only 15 seconds. I have completed within 15 seconds. I'm
Wonderful.
just telling you that my I was race runner between 1, 2, and 3. I never be fourth actually. Because I believe, I don't believe like benches. I always believe number 1. Always a beginner.
It's wonderful. So great to hear that. And all through your career, you have been, as we can see behind you, you have been felicitated from all over, the world even. So which recognition, you find the closest to your heart?
Very good question. I'm expressing my sincere thanks for all those who have done effort
Yeah.
to improve me, to
Yeah.
improve Shelly. Without their impressive and incredible passion for the students, I would
Yeah.
not be what I am today. They have made a great difference in my life, actually. I can't thank them enough for all what my mentor have done for me. My mentor vision, wisdom, passion is apparent. It recognized me most when my students told me that.
Yeah.
Some quotation I will tell you what my students, what my teachers and my parents told me. I quote here from the student and teacher side. Madam, every time you hold an assembly or speak to us as a teachers, you do an incredible job of listening any concern of the staff.
Wonderful.
Keep us exciting about improving our school.
Yeah.
Your impact has really made a difference. Thank you, madam. I unquote here. So when my parents say thank you so much for being such an impactful leader and motivate our children to strive our success daily.
Yeah.
Madam, your input on outer class learning program has really brought our students and teachers together. So this thank you for setting such a welcoming and positive tone on campus, creating a wonderful example for any principal, I believe, for any educators. Because if you are a principal whose legacy will be remembered only
Yeah.
by the staff. So stronger leadership, I believe that is a stronger leadership, because stronger leadership actually it's a foundation of school success.
Correct.
And without this challenging and without this inspiration, without this motivational words, nothing
Yeah.
would be possible. So thank you for inspiring our students, my parents, my teachers, and my management people, my members, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you for setting high expectation for students and educators. Because as a principal, you have shaped the condition for our teachers,
Correct.
right? And students to learn and succeed. We are forever grateful for your impact on the school and keep up the great work. This parents told. So words cannot begin to describe how
I'm sure.
thankful I am. How thankful I am for the work I do as a school principal. Because I was the glue actually that
Okay.
keeps long villa together. Yes.
Right.
My always ability to emphasize with our students and teacher to come together. I always tell to my teachers,
Yeah.
listen to your children. Do not say, I don't have time. I will listen tomorrow. Listening is important.
Correct.
Speaking is not important at all. But listening is important. You never know what your school children, what your future division
Yeah.
is really want to tell you. Because I must quote again that my lovable mentors, you won't believe, and I can't mention everyone name here, but they love me a lot with their beautiful saying, Shubham. Sometimes I must quote here in this interview, Mera
Yes, please.
Tomato. Mera Tomato. My mentor, when I was on my London trip, so they quoted me, Mera Tomato, gorgeous, dear, dynamic leader. all these recognized words recognizes me as a leader, and this life I will never ever forever forget. It is my journey in my, because this is the best part of my life, best part. I'm an adorable daughter, I'm an adorable sister, I'm, master trainer, I'm educator, I'm
Right.
so things, I am etc etc. But what I am today, I'm still learning.
Wonderful,
Because
man. Wonderful.
if I'm a learner,
Yeah.
I would be learner only. I would not be leader. Would not be principal. I must say that I'm learner in front of my all the mentors, those who are giving me this so much of love to always, to the Facebook, to the LinkedIn, Instagram. They always, liking my shares and inspire me a lot. So this is my actual period of my journey. Actually.
Wonderful, ma'am. Wonderful. And lastly, any message you'd like to give to your students who love you so much?
Yeah, exactly. Because in the beginning, I start with my journey with a small story. So
Yeah.
the message to all educators and educational leaders is straightforward.
Yeah.
In order to increase student learning, more attention need to be focused
Yeah.
on increasing the capacity and effectiveness of drawing power of your own classroom.
Right.
Because the teacher can do everything. Because in my beginning of my story, the lesson of the dryer
Yeah.
is that one day works, and the other way does not. So I would be interested in hearing about what amazing result my teachers are doing, my students are doing, they had by changing their own perspective. So
Wonderful.
here I proudly saying, Shubham, one child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. Believe me.
Wonderful.
These all four things can change your life. If you want to change, nobody can stop you, because this directly message going to universe, and universe is the supreme part. Nothing is to me. Go ahead in front of the universe. So when the universe is listening your own message, so these all, one child, one teacher, one book, one pen, can change the world in front of your education.
Amazing. Wonderful, man. Wonderful message. And I hope I did a good job of listening. As you said, that listening is a must. So,
Yeah,
and
you did. I really praise to you also that you are a good student.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. And
I must say.
and thank you again for taking time out of a busy schedule to speaking with us. And thanks to your students who are going to surely love this video. And thanks to our viewers as well. I'll see you in the next episode. Till then, please keep safe and follow the COVID regulations. Thank you.